Hello, crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with the Spellbinders BOGO sale, one of my favorite sales. It's the buy one, get one free, the hitch, equal or lesser value. So I'm going to give you the strategies. This is about my fifth or sixth time doing this video, but it's always nice to see which strategy to use to shop this sale so you get the best deals and you leave a happy crafter. What is really good about this sale in particular, because we just came off of the spring cleaning warehouse sale. The BOGO sale generally has new in sale items, and this sale has that as well. So 2 thumbs up for that. How to approach this sale? Because it is buy one, get one of equal or lesser value, I always say to shop this sale in 3 tiers, which would mean if you want to shop every single tier, it's 3 different purchases. Even if you have to pay shipping, it still works out cheaper than blowing the whole sale by mixing everything up that you see in the sale. So I separate it as high ticket items, which will range from $29.99 or $32.99 all the way up to $40. Now $42.99. There's been a little price increase. That's going across all these craft companies. Even one company said that they're going to suspend for the whole year. I was like, what? I read the statement that they emailed and I was like, oh goodness, wow. Just know there's going to be a little increase. Spellbinders increase is about $3 on top of things, and they're slowly applying it to everything, okay? So just don't be surprised when you see it. So now, instead of it being $39.99, some things are coming in at $42.99. High ticket. Mid-ticket, mid-range, I normally go $20.99. That's the low end, all the way up to $29.99. That same $29.99 can move over into the high ticket if you're going to get just all high ticket items. That's how I really like to shop this sale, is get all the high ticket items that I've been wanting, especially those large die of the month, the past large die of the month. That's the best time to get them. Mid-range, you can get those small die of the month and some other things too. So the mid-range is $20.99 all the way up to $29.99. Low range, I normally skip in the sale. That would be from $6.99 all the way up to around $18.99. Okay, so how this sale works is buy one, get one of equal lesser values. These two are roughly the same price, $40, $42.99. So the average is $21, okay, for 2 big die sets. If I bring in 2 mid-range items, Winnie the Pooh is in this sale. Thumbs up, new in sale. Winnie the Pooh is $27.99 each. If I fill my cart with these 2 plus these 2, when you're checking out, your bill is going to be the $82 here. These will be your free items. That's why you shop this one separate, because you have just not maximized the sale. Here, you could add 2 more sets that are in the same 42 and still get a lot out of this. You understand what I'm saying? So now you would get 4 die sets for the cost of 2. So that's why I say stay with the high ticket. In high ticket, stay in that range. Don't bring this in, because once you bring these in, you're still paying up here, the high ticket, but then these are your free. So do a separate purchase. I will go over it more in the description of the sale and what's in the sale and all the goodies. Everything I talk about, I will detail and link below. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And for everybody, please like the video so I can continue to bring you all this fun content. I love a good steals and deals, especially now. We need all the steals and deals we can get. Yay! If you spend $100 at Spellbinders, you're going to get free shipping. Also, check your rewards. Rewards at Spellbinders equals cash, so you can subtract off some money. So definitely check your rewards. This is a good time to use it. Also, crafters, before I start in this video, available now, crafters, is the Weekender Workshop. This is the Weekender kit that will go along with the virtual workshop. I will link my video here where I go step by step with the unboxing and talk about all the goodies in here. So this is $149.99. So you would already have free shipping if you decide to get the Weekender. Then you could add maybe 2 of these and just pay $20 more on top of this. So in this sale, you don't have to buy everything, but this is the time to check your wish list, especially those high ticket items. Look at it and say, what do I really want? What have I been holding off on because it is $40, but now I can get it, the buy one and get one free. Some sets you might want to get 2 of, like Club Blooms, which of course is in this sale, which of course I want to talk about because it's a fantastic die set all the way back from January 2023, but she still is holding strong. So of course I have to talk about her. So this is the Weekender, $149.99. Love this. The event will take place May 30th and 31st, okay? This is a live event, but if you can't attend the live event, you can always watch the replay for a long period of time. So you can take your time, pause, wind back, and learn a technique if you missed it the first or second time. It happens to everybody. It's okay. Also, crafters, in the Weekender, there are some extra exclusive cards for the DIY color deck. I'll link my video here so you can see what this is to learn color theory. So there are like 5 new cards within the Weekender. I think that's going to be an exclusive that you can use in here, okay? One more thing before I start this sale, and this one, a lot of you probably will be very happy to see. This is the Totally Tiffany 9x4-inch toolbox. This has been sold out for a very long time, to the point that I thought it was retired. Why would you want to get something like this? And I will put a link below so you can get it. I don't know if it's a last run. I suggest getting it before you can't get it. This is your carry-all storage container, dust-free, for your Platinum Scout machine. All of them will fit in here. This is Simon, the Black Platinum Scout machine. When you open it, it is 9 inches long, 3.5 inch wide. Love, love, love. This is my little crafty assistant. So when I'm going on the road, I store it in here too because it's dust free. Once you zip it up, nothing is getting in. But when you're going on the road or anywhere, to a crop, friend's house, you can carry the whole universal plate system. Also with a magic mat. This is the slim magic mat. I have 2 plates and then I have an additional plate because when I'm traveling, something happens here, I have an additional plate ready to go. All of this fits in here perfectly. This fits on top of it. And she travels like a dream, or he travels like a dream, I should say. So if you've been wanting this 9x4-inch toolbox for your Platinum Scout machine, no matter which one you have, pink, white, purple, black, blue, whichever one you have, this is the time to get this beauty. It does carry like this and it packs well. I normally pack craft supplies in a bin and then I put that on the top. I don't put things on top of my die cut machines. Keep them separate or standing alone in your car, even your Platinum 6. And I do have a tote for my Platinum 6 too. If I have space in this video, I'll put a link for that tote. Most of the time, my Platinum 6 is in it and she carries fine. She travels like that. But she travels alone in the car on the floor. Nobody touches her. Nothing goes on top of her. But I carry both of them now. Both the Platinum 6 and the Platinum Scout. So if you've been wanting that toolbox or this is the first time you're seeing it, now it's in stock. Get it before it's gone. Okay, crafters, that's enough housekeeping. At the end of the video, I'm going to also put in 2 other items that I want to talk about, but I'll do it towards the end. And crafters, I'm going to be putting timestamps in this video. Okay, crafters, let's start off with the high ticket items. Love, love, love. Look how many there are. Love it. First up, new in sale. Happy to see it. This is the large die of the month from January. Botanical Atrium dies. Perfect for a lot of Mother's Day cards, birthday cards, all sorts of pretty. Love this. This retails for $40. Now, if you do buy one, get one free, you can get it 20/20. Thumbs up. So if you get 2 large die of the month, then it's $20 each. That's the best deal you're going to get. We just came off of the warehouse sale. They were selling at $30 in that sale. Now it would be $20/20, but you have to get 2, okay? One more thing I forgot to say, crafters. Before you check out, make sure that you count your cart. It has to be an even number. If it's not an even number, you're not going to get that freebie, okay? So just make sure you always double check. We get excited when we're shopping and we see, oh, $20. And then you add 5 items instead of adding 6. So count your cart, okay? This is a fantastic die set and it can be deconstructed. You can use the atrium cage. You can also put a bird on this and turn it into like a bird cage, like a wire bird cage. That'd be pretty. The foliage definitely can work on its own and it's so pretty. It has this beautiful little climbing vine here. Love these 2 right here. So super pretty. Now, $20 when you buy 2, BOGO, deal. Great deal. Up next, crafters, another new in sale goodie. This is from JC Gaspar's Jack of All Trades collection. I'll link my video here so you can see that one. He has a new die, which is the Wild Joker. That's not in this sale, but the original is in this sale, namely these two items. This is the reversible Royal Court die. This is now $42.99, and this is the Kaleidoscope Suits. Also $42.99. You can get this BOGO. Then you're paying $22 for the whole thing. Thumbs up. You don't have to buy a lot in this sale, but this is a sale to look and go, what have I been really wanting? This is a sale to go, oh, those big ones. That's why I love to shop the high ticket. Sometimes I want a second die set, so I'll shop this sale to add another die set to something I have like Club Blooms. This is the reverse Royal Court. That's me on my birthday. Here is my prince that I haven't met yet. And here is a nice little queen. So this is a really cute set. I love the faces and everything, nice characters, and there are different styles too. For Father's Day, this is a fun one. So that's 42. And then Kaleidoscope Noble Suits. You can use this beyond just always having it with the playing card collection. It can just be something pretty and accented. This is 3 layers of the 4 suits. Look how pretty this is. You could just make a card with just this and lay them out. Even this, because that almost looks like a fleur-de-lis. The heart can work on its own on everything, but it's so super pretty. So this is a great deal, and you can make stunning cards with this Kaleidoscope Noble Suits. So yay for Jack of All Trades. Up next, crafters, bold numbers. This is new in sale. This die set comes in at $42.99. You get the numbers, you get this piece. This coordinates with the better press to it. So here you see the better press, and then here's a number die. But if you had the better press, but you didn't get this because of just a price point, now you can get it and then add on one of those other sets I just showed you or something else I'm going to show you. Love, look at that. Up next, crafters, here's a foundation die. Most of the foundation dies are going to be mid-range, so I'll talk about them in the mid-range. But this one has a higher price point because this is a full 5x7 card front die. This is the Timeless 5x7. It retails for $42.99, but she is a stunning, beautiful winner. When you want to dial up the elegance on your cards quickly, this is the one to reach for. Here she is with better press. Love! You get that outer piece here, and you can turn this into a shaped card very easily. I just have a 1/2-inch score line, glue the tops, and it becomes a shaped card. You can also put it on a 5x7 card base too, and that will work. Here is the drop-in for it. And here I'm exploring the new color wheel cardstock. I will link my video here if you haven't seen color wheel cardstock. So super pretty. I'm using the middle here to cut out that better press sentiment, sending love, and then finishing off with this mid-range die that I will come back to. I love this card so much. So super pretty, so springy, so fun. Any sentiment in the middle. Happy birthday, and it's still a pretty card. Here is a Christmas version with glimmer. All this flourish beauty just really adds to the elegance of a card. Here is a card with Club Blooms. You see the 5x7 card base that I cut out and then put it on the top, but I think I like it better as a shaped card, but it can work both ways. Here it is now with Be Bold Blooms. I was thinking of a younger card maker when I made this one, so that's why the colorway is the way it is, but I think this is fun too. Timeless 5x7 winner. Up next, crafters, I just spoke about this, didn't I? Here is Club Blooms. So now I'm going to go into the past Kit Club items that retail for $40. So you could do the buy one, get one free 2020. Best deal you're going to get. This is the time when it's a steal, okay? Club Blooms is a beautiful floral die set. Here it is working with that Timeless 5x7. So super pretty. I love it. You can use as much as you want or as little as you want. In this card example, I'm only using the large flowers here, and then I mixed it with Vivid Blooms and Be Bold Blooms. I was just mixing all the floral die sets just to see, but it is in here as well. Isn't that fun? Here it is on A2 cards, and notice how pretty it is no matter what color you're using. I like it here with the red and the white, red with the pinks. Normally I keep the petals flat, but here I decided to curve it too, so these are curved petals. Really, really fun. Just have fun with this set. And these berries, that's the winner right there. The berries, the leaves, just so super pretty. Fabulous cards. It is a classic, but she's a good classic. That's why when I bought my second set of it, it was during this sale, the BOGO sale. Here it is again with glimmer. Here it is on this square card. Look at the different colorways, still working. Here it is with better pressed tropical leaves. So love Club Blooms. She is a by far winner. Up next, crafters, here's another favorite of mine, Grand Tropical Flamingos. This retails for $40. Maybe you've had this in your wish list. Now is the time to get it when you can get it for $20. BOGO! This is the die set as intended with the two flamingos facing each other. So cute. You can choose to use the big flower, which is here, or just the foliage, and mix, match, and play with this set. So this set has like 3 different die sets in here. And you're going to see some of my examples where I'll use bits of it and then I use a lot of it and use one of it and things like that. But this is it as intended. I love that little tropical palm leaf too. This, fabulous, just fabulous. Here it is from last year's Club Along crafting video. This is the 5x7. This is an A2. So pretty. Same card, just smaller, using 2 flowers instead of 3. But you can use just these flowers by itself and make a really pretty tropical card. Love, 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 love. Here's another version with a flamingo on top of the flowers. Here is one with better press from that collection. And the flamingo, look how pretty that is. Here it is with just the flower alone and the leaves. Isn't that nice? So it's a great accent piece too when you use bits of it. And here it is for the holidays. This is a great Florida holiday card, okay? $20 if you get BOGO with Tropical Flamingos. Winner! And this is perfect for your summer crafting too, which is coming right up, isn't it? This is Classic Tales die, so this retails for $40 as well. I love this set. You're going to get about 3 different sets in here. You can work with just the books alone, the house, the trees. On this card, it is the die as intended with the trees, the house, and all those books. Wonderful. And you get some little foliage too. Here is another version. This is with the On the Farm collection. Look at the cute little farm animal. And then here are the trees. You can take bits of it, just the trees alone, and work with it on a card. And the shape of this is perfect for all your arch dies. Isn't that fabulous? And here with Propagation Garden, just the books for the scientific feel. So this is a great set. I love Classic Tales. Winner. Up next, crafters, Honeybee Jar. Love, love, love. You'll get everything here except for this little caboodle bonus. That will not be in the set, but everything else here is. It's a fabulous set. It will still fit on an A2 card. I love the bow that's here. I love the little topper. The jar is fun. You can turn it into a shaped card with this jar. I think that's fun. And you can change the theme because the jar can be holding anything. And it has great foliage and florals as well. This would be 20 BOGO Honeybee Jar. Winner. So super pretty. This is also great for Mother's Day cards and birthday cards. Up next, crafters, an old favorite of mine. Best time to get it? BOGO. This is Whale in a Bottle. Perfect for Father's Day or anybody who loves to do sailing and you want to make them unique, fun cards. This is a great set. And the bottle can also be used by itself, just like the jar, and be filled with anything as well. So this is a Father's Day card with Best Dad. Love, love, love. And this little tag comes with this set too, with that little string to hold it. Everything is here. Just fun. This is the die set as intended, and there is an embossing folder for it. The embossing folder, if you do see it in this sale, that would be a low ticket item, okay? Here is the whale. That whale is a winner. Love, love, love. So this is it as intended. Here it is with a different collection, the Fairwinds collection with the sailboat. So pretty. Again, this could be a great Father's Day card. Here it is with the whale alone in a shaker, using another one of the embossing folders, low ticket item. And here is the beautiful whale accenting that oval. This is a long time winner, a timeless one to have in your stash, especially if you love to do Father's Day cards or you love unique cards. And that bottle can also be a shaped card too. So super pretty. This is the Monster Love Pop die set. So this would also be $40, BOGO 20. You get this little monster and you can choose to put horns or not. And you also get this little guy, which is just adorable too. So cute. And this set also has a little pop-up feature down here. This was released around Valentine's. That's why it's called Monster Love Pop. But you can mix this with the Monster Birthday collection. You can also mix this with the Yeti die. All of that fun would be perfect with these fun little dies. This is an out the gate winner, Christmas themed, but you can turn it all year round. If you're having a slumber party, or let's say you're going to a crop and you're staying overnight at the crop and everybody wears their jammies and you want to make something for them like a little treat bag and then decorate it with this or some cards for everybody, this is a great set. Lots and lots of fun and play. Anything can go here on that shoe, so you don't have to use these little cuties, but they are fun though. Bunny is an all year round one. This is the reindeer, Santa, and a penguin. And you can also do the monster. So for Halloween, you can bring this out. But if you have some other dies with the faces, put them here too. That'd be cute. Here is the die as intended on an A2. I love this card so much. Look at Santa. You could do the legs straight down. You can cross the legs. This is a fun, fun, fun set. If you didn't get it before and you want to get ready for your Christmas in July and you want to make fun cards, especially for those young at heart or younger folks that you're going to give it to, this is a fantastic set. Here I converted that little reindeer into a pig. So this is an all year round one as well. So fun. I love this card so much still. Love, love, love. Cozy Toe Slippers. Here are some high ticket foundation dies. 3 foundation dies in here with these fun, unique shapes. Tunnel Clouds is $32.99. Underwater Tunnel, $32.99. And so is Rainbow Slice Tunnel, okay? All 3 same price. They are all unique and fun. So with the Tunnel Cloud dies, here is my son Donovan, and I used 2 layers on this 5x7 card. This is with Simon's Sky's the Limit collection. I'll link my video here. See how he's carrying a kite? He could also be carrying a balloon. So fun. These have the 3 cloud cutouts, sun with the layer on top, stars, moon, and then additional clouds. Really fun. Here I use a cloud stencil. Love, love, love this card. Here's my daughter Gina flying her little kite. So Simon has this fun collection for kids. Here I just use a little bit here. That little bit that you see cutting out these 2 dies with for that edging was from the Weekender last year. But you see the 3 layers of the cloud here. I just did 2. There is the plane. Here is the kite. Same style, same formula, just different dies. I learned this in the workshop, applied it over here. You can change it all kinds of ways. Have fun with it. Here is Gina as a baby. This is from the Little Smiles collection. Love this one too. I just used a large cloud. Here's another one with this little image. Another one with an image. Here are some add-ons from the collection with the birds and the branches. So fun. Love, love, love Tunnel Clouds die. Next is the Underwater Tunnel. This is fun too. I love the organic shape. Here I'm using all 3 layers and you can get like a real nice perspective looking in on your cards. You could even put a piece of acetate here and turn it into a shaker with the layers. That'll be fun. And the fish, this is also an add-on to this set. It would be probably in the mid-range or low range of this collection, taking it in a completely different direction. So it's a foundation die in terms of these shapes and going into outer space with Simon's stamp set. Love, love, love. And that's Simon Hurley. Here is the Rainbow Slice Tunnel die. You get 4 slices, so you can go into a very narrow piece here. I have it here with a morning cup of coffee. Hello, sunshine. Here it is as intended from the collection with some of the marine life dies that are also an add-on, and some of it is in here as well. So you can mix, match, and play between these. And you saw it earlier with the rocket. So fun. You never know when you're going to need something like this, and you can have lots of fun exploring with this. There's lots of examples by many Spellbinders makers really taking this to all different places. So fun. On a quick note, crafters, in the mid-range, I did get a comment, hey Audrey, about these beautiful little flowers here on her dress. That's from this set, Open House Door Base. This is on the way out. This is $23.99, okay? So this is a nice little die set, and you can make a really pretty house with it. There's lots of examples. This is a much older die set, but still a great die set. This is the only set left out of about 6 other dies. I own all 6 of them. So I bought this set and then all the rest of them. If you're thinking about Simon's Sky's the Limit and you want to do a little girl, I think these little flowers just are so super cute. You could use all sorts of bits in here too. Too cute, crafters. Too cute. And lastly, in the high ticket items, I'm going to talk about these 5 beauties. All 5 die sets are from Nicole's Felt and Stitch. Love, love, love. This is designed by Nicole's 4. So this is a stitching set, but you don't have to stitch if you don't want to. You can also use them on paper. The Felt Gingerbread Boy and Girl die is now $42.99. They're all actually $42.99 now, okay? So is the Felt Snowy Owl, Felt Autumn Acorn, Felt Pumpkin Lane House, Snowman Star die. And there are some new dies, they're just not in this sale, but this is the one from last year. For your Christmas in July, you can do this. I did the stitching on felt on paper and then stuck it on here. You can also make ornaments with this. You can put paper in the back because the felt and paper are best friends. They do glue up well together and work well together. So then you could definitely make little ornaments, or you can make plushies. On Nicole's YouTube channel, she'll show you how to make plushies with them and all of that. I haven't reached that place yet. Here it is cut out of paper. That's what the gingerbread looks like. And then here it is stitched up with some felt. And I could just stick it like this together and work with it. So I could turn this into a plushie or put it together. I think that's so fun. And here is the acorn house. This is all paper. The style of stitching is a little bit different. It's hill and valley. That's all. And then when you reach the end, then you come back again, hill and valley. Really, really fun. And see, it can work on an A2 card and you get the full house. Love that. Up next, crafters, we're now into the mid-range items, mid-ticket items. $20 to $29.99. $29.99 is still a little high, so depending on what you have in your cart, you can also consider that one high ticket. It goes between the two. But around $27.99 to $20.99 is definitely mid-range, okay? First up, we're going to talk about Happy to See You, new in the sale, excitement, and in stock. This is the Say Cheese Classic Poo Collection. I'll link my video here so you can take a look at everything in there. This is not the entirety of the bits that go with it. There is better press that goes with it, but the die sets are on sale and in stock because when this released, it sold out everywhere very quickly, restock, sold out again. Now these beauties are in stock and now you can get BOGO. Buy one, get one free. Yay! Do not add this to your large ticket items. You're not going to be a happy camper and then you're going to wonder, why am I paying so much when I did my math? Because I learned this the hard way by adding a bunch of things to my cart and then I was like, why is the math not working out? And then I realized 3 separate sales. So mid-range, shop by itself, okay? So first up, crafters, there is Pooh and Piglet dies, Tigger and Eeyore dies. Both of these are $27.99. You could just do BOGO right here and you are done. And happy. These characters are fun and fabulous. There's also Memory Frame dies. This one is $20.99. So this is on the lower end of the mid-range. This is a high ticket, but I kept it in here because it does go with this collection. Pooh's Alphabet Numbers and More dies. This is a lot of dies. This is 41 dies. This is $32.99. So this would be in the high ticket. So if you saw this before and you were like, I would love to get that, but at 30, now you can get it BOGO. Yay. I'm so happy to see that, crafters. You just don't know. This is all the characters. Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, and Tigger on an A9 card. An A9 card is 8.5 inch wide, 5.5 inch tall. Take a standard sheet of cardstock, fold it in half, or squirt down the middle at 5.5 inch on the 11-inch side, and then you'll get this nice top folding card. So here I was able to fit all the characters. Isn't this fun? This is not in the sale, the honey jar. I know, it's a great little die set, but these guys are. Look at Tigger, look at Eeyore, so cute, and then look at Pooh. Pooh fits in that jar. I think this is adorable. I still think this is a great set. So BOGO, this might be the time. And there is also a Mickey Mouse coming, hint, hint, just saying. If you saw it on the Creativation video, thumbs up, wasn't that fun? Here is the sentiment die. Oh, bother. And here is Winnie. And he's looking at all of his honey falling and his balloon is flying away too. Yeah. Love. This is how the Winnie die arrives, okay? He will be au natural. He will not have a shirt. I use my 9-inch Pro Shears to cut around and create a shirt around the die. So he doesn't come with a shirt. This is the classic Pooh. This is not the modern Pooh. If you want your Pooh to be like what it is now, then you just cut it out. Very easy to do. Much easier than I thought, okay? But he will look like this, walking in the 100-acre wood, au natural and everything. The trees, that's just me. I made the trees with my same 9-inch Pro Shears, including this part. That's how much I love this set. And then here is the memory frame. The memory frame is fun. You can use this for your scrapbook layouts. And then I love the little label. I love this little stamp here. This is a great little set too. And it's great to frame all your better press and glimmer too in here, or put somebody's photo. You could put a photo of like you and your hubby and do like a Father's Day card with it. This is a great little Polaroid. Nice sizing too. Okay. Let's take the die further and go with a scrapbooking layout. No shirt on with his honey pots. And here we are at Disney, my daughter and I meeting Winnie the Pooh. Isn't that fun? I could have also used the same frame die here. This is part of the ephemera because this is a collaboration with Simple Stories. So there is the ephemera with the frame, and then I could have it look like this, like a double page. Isn't that cute? So for the scrapbookers out here, this is still a great set to work with. So now BOGO. Oh, this is definitely the time. It's better to get it BOGO. You're now at 50% off each. Yay! Up next, crafters, this is the Bougie Birthday Collection. A lot of it is on sale, not everything. There are 5 items in this sale. Thumbs up. So Bougie Birthday is a new collection, and this is great for all your birthday needs, but this cake can be for anything. Congratulations, happy graduation, anything. You could put a little graduation hat on this too. I think that would be great. Ganache Gâteau is $29.99. This is the high end of the mid-range. If you are going to buy only high-ticket items, and let's say everything is in that $32, then you could add this over to the high end, okay? If everything is $40, then you will lose a little bit by adding on this. So you do the math, figure where you want to be. At $29.99 is where it can teeter either up or down. So this is a fabulous little cake die set. Then there is Treat Yourself, $27.99. So this is a gift card holder die set, okay? With streamers, the sentiment for you, little scallop label detail, and some bits. Then there is 2 sentiment die sets. There is a third one. It's not on sale. Fabulous birthday dies. Here you get Bougie Babe, Classy and Sassy, Flirty and Fabulous, or Fabulous Flirty. And then there is the birthday cheers. Cheers to you, happy birthday, and wishes. These are $27.99 each as well. If you loved Bougie Birthday, you could do BOGO, and you are done. There's also the Classy Numbers. This is $23.99, okay? Here are 2 of my examples with the cake. Love, love, love. This one has all the frosting, which is in here, the little macaroons at the top. Here is a little swag banner detail up the top too. The little sticks here for the number, that's on this cake. This was my birthday cake too. I'm not 50, I'm a little bit older, but let's not talk about it. So here's some flowers that I put on this cake, and of course it's in purple, my favorite color. There is a Better Press set for this. That's not in this sale. I didn't see it, but it is fabulous as well. So if you've been wanting bits of it and you definitely wanted this, there you go. You'll have the cake. This is using an embossing folder with the cake. Here it is with just some ink blending. Have fun. Lots of birthday cakes, and you can shorten this cake too. You can just cut this and then bring the trim here up and make a shorter cake too. So fun. And look at the drips. You can do a long drip. You can do the short drip. Oh, fun, fun, fun. For the sentiment part, this is with my birthday wreath add-on die. This is my cupcakes, and here is the sentiment, cheers to you from Bougie Birthday. Isn't that fun? You can have lots of fun with this collection. Make lots and lots of cards, and I like that because of the sizing, you can make big 5x7 cards quickly and easily. And these are the cards if you want a bunch of people to sign it, 20, 30, 40 people to sign it. These larger sizes are better to go with if you're going to have a lot of people sign it, and it will still fit in a 5x7 envelope. Love. Up next, crafters, let your imagination take flight with the Space Adventure Collection. This is by Simon Hurley. 2 of his dies are in the mid-range, and they're both winners. UFO Friend. This one is $23.99. To the Moon, the Rocket. This one is $20.99. If I start running out of room in the description box, I'll just put rocket. That's what this is, okay? And UFO, and you'll know what it means. Here is the rocket as intended with a little alien. Adorable. These are great cards for boys or anybody that loves the whole NASA, space travel, all of this goodness. Love, love, love. This is from another release with Simon Hurley where you have the astronaut and the dog, but this is the stamp version. I mixed it in with the die. Isn't that fun? And then here is one with the blue rocket. I think the sentiment die set was in the low range. And then here's another card with the UFO. So these are fun cards, especially for boys. You could go into the early teens with it as well, and it can still work. Love, love, love. Or just somebody who loves this type of style. Could be your husband too, or your best friend. Make a pink rocket like Barbie was traveling on. Alrighty, winners. Up next in the mid-range crafters, these 2 die sets from the Vivid Expressions collection. Vivid Blooms is not in this sale, unfortunately. That is something I would have done BOGO and bought 2 of the same die set because I love Vivid Blooms, but it's not in the sale. These decorative borders are, Both of them are $20.99. There is eyelet scallop border die, which is 8¼ inch tall. And then there is the Berry Fields border dies. I really love this one. 7 inches tall, 1 inch wide. Here is the eyelet scallop on this detail, and you can make a shaped card with it. And here is that Berry Fields mixed in with some vivid blooms, just one of the flower in the whole set. Love, love, love. Both of these add that elegant touch to your cards, and these are great for your scrapbook layouts. And I said it then, and then now I'll show you. Here is my daughter Gina at her prom. Here it is for the border. Isn't that pretty on a 12x12 layout? So if you have like an elegant layout, you could use this. You could also bring in, ignore the color though. You could also bring this in with a detail with a photograph. They work well together, and it has a nice straight edge. This one has more of a swirly detail, so you could use it to divide a page. And they both have that outline detail to stand on their own. So this is a fun set. $20.99 each. BOGO! Up next, crafters, new in sale. This is the Soaring Dragonfly die. This is a small die of the month. It retails for $27. So now, BOGO, winner. You get little flowers. You get the sentiment hello. This is a fabulous little set too. If you love dragonflies and you want to put it against a stencil background like this, I think this is a gorgeous die set. And now, BOGO, yay. Up next, Birthday Bliss. I love to show this little set because this can also apply to baby, toddler kind of age. It's a really cute set, and it can also work with boys. So I like this Birthday Bliss dies. You never know when you're going to need those younger cards. This is $27. It's a small die of the month. Here it is as a baby sloth. So adorable, and it comes with the clouds and the balloons. These little balloons, you can attach any little creature down here. You could work with that same monster love I just showed you with the little monster here. You could work with all of the monster birthday collection that could be attached with the balloon. Here it is with the turtle. This is a nice boys card. And here, just baby with those baby colors. I think this is a great die set. So $27 BOGO, winner. Up next, an oldie but a goodie that has been a recent favorite of mine. This is the Rain Boot Bouquet. You can bring this one out every spring and every Easter. This is a great die set. This is a small die of the month, so this is $27. This is the third time now seeing it. That's the flowers you see here. The large daffodils and then these small flowers. These are the flowers are fabulous too. These are the accent flowers. Love, love, love. Here it is with the rain boot, more of the foliage. This is the card as intended. Isn't that pretty? So love. This may be on the way out because the large die of the month that went with this has already retired. So if you've been wanting it, I suggest get this sooner than later, okay? Bring it out every spring. This is a timeless winner. Up next, two fabulous dies. This is from the Beads of Friendship collection. I love these handheld dies, these hand-holding dies. Heart Hands is $23.99. Bestie Heart in Hand is $29.99. So this is on the high end of the mid-range. This is right there in the mid-range. But both sets are fabulous. Here is an example of Heart Hands. Isn't this so pretty? This is great for girls cards, bestie cards. I love you. Our friendship means the most to me, like you are my closest friend. Really, really pretty set and fun to work with. And then here is two of the Heart in Hand. So I use both hands, this one and this one, holding my little Christmas ornament. So you could have this hand holding a bunch of things. This as well. Some Spellbinders makers will have all sorts of things holding with this. They can see the die set beyond where I see it. I'm like, wow, that's good. That's ingenious. Up next, this is from the Happy Hour collection. Only two dies are in this sale. This is the Sunset in a Glass. This is $27.99. And this is Tropical Flare. This is perfect for all your summer crafting. $20.99. Halloween card. There is that beautiful Sunset in a Glass. Love. Here are 3 examples made from last year's Weekender. This was taught by Mindy Egan. I remember the class. We were all like, wow, lots of ink blending, lots of fun, all these techniques. This was taught by Kim Kesty, but you see, same glass. And this was a bonus card with the Tropical Flare. So you notice the Tropical Flare, all these bits are in all of these cards right here. Here is my South Beach birthday invitation card. 5x7, there is the Sunset in a Glass and a lot of that Tropical Flare. So love this card. So cute, so cute. So these two are winners, and you can do a lot for summer right here. Love. Summer crafting, vacation crafting, cruise crafting, Hawaii crafting, anything. Okay, crafters, to finish out the mid-range, this is my collection, the Beautiful Wreath collection. I have 5 dies in my collection. There is the Builder Wreath, Halloween Wreath add-on, Christmas Wreath add-on, Garden Wreath add-on, Birthday Wreath add-on. In the Spring Cleaning Warehouse sale, all 5 were on sale. In this sale, Christmas Wreath add-on, not there. Birthday Wreath add-on, not there. So let's talk about what is in this sale. Builder Wreath is $27.99. Halloween Wreath is also $27.99. The Garden Wreath add-on, which is a larger set, is $29.99. Okay? If your budget is tight, I always suggest starting out with Builder Wreath. You can get 2 of this and you're fine too. Because with 2 sets of this, you get to cut these leaves and those twine quicker. You're still getting a bow and you're also getting flowers in here. Garden Wreath just has more flowers just to add more fun. This is the starting die set to really get your wreath going. With Halloween Wreath, this is an add-on. So here is the Builder Wreath, and then here are all the Halloween bits and goodies to make a card like this fun A2 card. With the Garden Wreath add-on, you're getting a lot of flowers. This was something I just wanted to have fun with, and I was exploring the new color wheel cardstock. That's why it has so much teal and little splash of yellow and blue going on. I do want to make this card again because I really like how the whole floral wreath turned out. It's not just putting a bunch of flowers. I did start off with this base. So in the Garden Wreath add-on, you do get these flower starters for the curve to create your wreath. It does go in one direction. This one though does go in 2. I love this too. That's a lot of fun too. That was the one thing I did stress when I was creating this collection with Spellbinders was I need to have opposites, because when something is swag, it has a top and a bottom. I make a lot of swag cards with this, but this was fun. So this is the Garden Wreath add-on, really having a lot of fun with a lot of the flowers in here, okay? Love, 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 love. Very easy to make. Just took a little time because it's a lot of flowers, but pretty. Here is another card using both Builder Wreath with the twigs and then Garden Wreath flowers here. This is with Nicole's new spring felt stitch and create collection. This is her little chicken. Again, paper with felt. Love. And the paper and felt all layers up fine. This is a nice card to give somebody because they can touch it and feel it. And then here I did more texture here. And then here, this is supposed to represent like the little nest with the twig and the flowers. Having fun. So you see how I'm using accent bits to highlight the chicken. Love. You saw it earlier here with the numbers. Here are the flowers as well from here. And I did curve it this time and did a whole decorative detail. So you can put in bits of it too if you want to add a floral accent. The number is pressed in the background with a sentiment on top and then accented with the large flower, this base, the buds that go with it, and some of the leaves here are tucked in. So you see how you can do little bits just to fill in that white space, white space. My collection works particularly well with both Better Press and Glimmer for accent details and that curving and that whole filling in those spaces. If you have a large sentiment here or a large image and you want to wrap something around it, but not necessarily go in a full circle, and you don't want to make a full wreath, you can do a swag like this. And this is still using Garden Wreath, having fun on this birthday card. I was just highlighting that sentiment, but I did make a whole little cluster around it using this as well. And here is a card with a large Better Press sentiment featuring these 2 here on the edges and then some more of the flowers. So Garden Wreath is a winner. Yes, crafters, I have bought multiples of my own set. I do have multiples of my set. Let's not talk about how many I have bought of my own set, but I can make a bunch of these and roll them all out at the same time. And I have a lot of this one too. Here is another card featuring the twig, and I love the twig. The twig is just a fun accent beyond just this part. And then here is some more of that Garden Wreath flower, creating again that swag detail. And here is a card now with a full wreath, twig, the flowers over here. Okay, you can do a lot if you just get these 2. If you love Halloween, then get that Halloween and then add another one of this or another one of this and get all 4, and you are good to go in terms of creating wreaths. And the wreath can be done here and here in these 2 sets. Okay, crafters, now I'm going to go into the mid-range foundation dies. I love to cover foundation dies because foundation dies, especially if you are a new card maker, will get you through. when you are stuck on a card or you have an idea and you start crafting and you're like, why is this not looking like what's in my mind? Bring out a foundation die. If you are halfway through and it's just not looking right or the card is looking too flat, bring out a foundation die. Create layers, create frames, create dimension, just fun and interest on your cards, even texture with foundation dies. Speaking of texture, two of my favorite newer foundation dies are in this sale. Some of you probably already know what that is. Why not talk about it again? Because it's such a winner and I love to talk about it because you'll be so happy when you own these two beauties right here. Perfect Touch rectangles and tag dies. This is coming in at $27.99. Starshine background die is coming in at $29.99. Both dies are an A2 with the largest die. This one has a drop-in plate with this great detail that you can dry emboss or just die cut it straight. I'll show you both versions of it. This one comes in 6 more times to this beautiful little tag, and I love to layer this one too. Just have lots of fun with this one. Perfect Touch. I have more than this amount of cards with it. Just like precision layering, which I'm going to talk about that too, it does help you to straighten and frame out a better press background. This is a better press background. You notice how delicate it is and perfectly centered? This die set works very well for that. Here it is with better press, 2 layers of it, and when you get into the darker colors like black, dark gray, blue, then it morphs into really adding texture to your masculine card and it starts to look like suede. This is a really fun set for all your Father's Day cards, okay? Here is an example of it. There with the texture. But isn't this a nice clean Father's Day card? And look at this one with the Field Notes collection. Just nice and clean with a wax seal. And here it is as well. It has that great detail. It's the detail that just is the perfect touch. Truly. Love. And this die set works seamlessly with a lot of foundation dies. Here it is working with precision layering. So instead of having the stitch detail on the inside, I kept it clean with precision layering. And then out here is the detail. Really bumping up this stenciled image. Love that. Here is a masculine card, really giving that look out here in black. This reverse stub version of it is a stitch die of the month. Here it is with 2 other foundation dies, this one and that one, and then here it is on the outside. So you can space your layers and still have a lot of fun with this set. This is a nice boys card. And lastly, these two working with 2 different foundation dies. Here it is with nested postage and frame. That's not in this sale though. What is nice about this, I can cut a better press image, layer it up. Look how it looks so nice by itself. This better press image, if I just press it and put it on a card, becomes very flat. Once I did this little detail, and this is popped up only 1 millimeter foam off of this base, it now adds like, oh, texture, texture, texture. But you still see here, and you get all the detail, but look how it carries out that image. Love. Out here, A2, then I came in with this layer of Perfect Touch, another layer of Perfect Touch, and another layer of precision layering, then put a wax seal around this little image, and then a sentiment. Nice little elegant card. I love the black and the gray too. Really, really pretty. Perfect Touch sister is Starshine background, A2 die. It's well loved and well used, okay? I put yellow tape on all 4 corners and just go with it. First, I will die cut it. Then I use the universal plate system with the floppy embossing mat and then dry emboss it. When you dry emboss it, you'll get this detail where it has really nice texture. Love, love, love that. This is a recent card featuring Yana's Daisy collection. I'll link my video here so you can take a look at that beautiful collection. Lovely Better Press collection. So this is Better Press, but I think just by adding this little detail and the wax seal and the sentiment and the layers and Perfect Touch out here, happy, happy. Like, ooh. This is with Collage Bird. Perfect Touch out there, Perfect Touch in here, and then embossed with Starshine background. And I put the sentiment, and then here I just put a little bit of cord. Isn't that pretty? And this detail is a Better Press image, okay? Speaking of Better Press, here is another one. This one is really a flat card, but I did use some of my flowers from the Garden Wreath add-on and put in the detail to give a quilty effect for that cute little pig. This is from Justine's Farm collection. Isn't that fun? This was the first time I did all of that technique where I would have an image and then use this to dry emboss it. Really give that quilty detail. This was the first time I did it. This was from the Advent calendar. This is actually a stenciled image. Let's say, for example, looking at this image, I wanted this to be an oval. I can take an oval die, place it right here, cut it out. So now it would be like this. And then tape it in here face down and dry emboss it. And then I'd have this as an oval with the same detail. As long as it fits in here, it will dry emboss. Just put a little bit of yellow tape, run it through with the dry emboss. Dry emboss details is on your universal plate system. It's on all of your die cutting machines actually. You'll see where it says embossing mat. That's the one to use. So super pretty and perfect touch on the outside. Thumbs up. Here it is with the Easter card with that little caboodle chick. Love, love, love in yellow, springy and fun. This is also dry embossed. So is this with a little dog. 2 layers of the dry emboss. Here it is when I first got Starshine. So Starshine without the dry emboss will look 2D, but it still works. So if you run it through your standard die cut machine, just use it as a regular background die. Just put it on there and just run it on through. It will come out like this. But if you want the quilty effect, then you have to dry emboss after die cutting. It's fun both ways. So these two are winners, $27.99, $29.99, BOGO. Up next, here's another fun, elegant foundation die. This is called Emerald Cut Labels and Tag Die. So there is a little tag here in the center. You're going to get 3 sets of beauties in this one. Largest die is an A2. It also has this cut layer. Then it goes to the next with the detail, cut layer, next with the detail, cut layer. This is coming in at $29.99. So on the high end of the mid-range. Here it is with the Winnie the Pooh Better Press. Isn't that fun? 2 layers. So if I don't include this little inner detail, it will be a solid piece. When I include this inner detail here, it becomes a frame. So there is lots of fun, mix, match, and play with this little beauty right here. So I'm using 2 layers, 2 different looks. I did 2 frames, so I'm using 1, 2, 1, 2. There is a little channel here. I could put acetate out here and then put some bits in here and have a shaky shake, but I did the shaky shake in here. So you just put a piece of acetate behind this, and because this layer is so thick, you can use your 1/4 inch with this, or your 1/8 of an inch foam tape with this too, and it will work. Look how pretty this is. Here it is again. You can tell I like this as a 2-channel thing. This is with the acetate here, and I could have put shaky bits, but I didn't. I kept it more elegant, but I did want to see what it would look like. This is it without the acetate. This is it with the acetate. So you get a slight reflection here, but you can see the color on the inside. And then I put this piece in back after I had die cut it. It adds fun too with the little line here. I think it's great. Christmas card, and there is Starshine. So Starshine works seamlessly with it. Again with Starshine with the dry emboss. No dry embossing, dry embossing. See the difference between the two? And then this is the emerald cut on the outside. And you can make it as a shaped card like you see here, or put it on an A2 card base. And this is, oh, I was holding it upside down. This is with the Grand Tropical Flamingo, just using the flower and the tropical foliage. Happy birthday. Quick card to make. Love, love, love emerald cut. Very elegant. This does have a shaker dome to go with it as well. So Make-A-Wish Arch Labels die. Love, 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 love. This is your die set that has a wide range. You invite her to the party and she can come very casual, or she can dress up and be very elegant and serious. This is a fantastic die set. Love the scallop detail. The tallest die in here is an A2, and then it comes in 3 more times. There is a little tag, and then this little detail and a sentiment, make a wish. By far winner. This is $29.99. Here it is using 2 layers with this shaker dome. The shaker dome works with the Essential Arches, which is the sister to this. It's 2 different foundation dies with that same arch detail. So here it is, going to a casual Christmas party with a little pig, and it's a shaker, great kids card, or somebody young at heart. And then here is a more elegant version. Now, I learned over the holidays, once I put in a little bit of specialty cardstock, it just dialed up the elegance even faster and easier. Here it is with the Stitchmas from last year. Love. And I love it as a shaped card. 1/2-inch score line, glue the tops together, and it will open up. On the inside, you could also use one of these layers to put your sentiment if you're using color cardstock. And this little die is asymmetrical. Here is one that's asymmetrical. So this card features Make-A-Wish on the outside, 2 layers of Essential Arches, highlighting this beautiful Better Press image, and then topped off with a wax seal. Now I'm going to show you what I mean by this die is perfectly asymmetrical. When you cut it on the inside, you see that detail? That's the back, right? Not the prettiest part. On the front, this is where you can get to feel the little lines and the texture. Normally, most dies, you'd have to put them front, front. Because once you flip it the other way and have it back to back, they may not fit properly. And a lot of dies are not asymmetrical. It'll be a little bit off. It'll fit like this. So you'll always have to have it stacking on top of each other, but not back to back. This one is different. Oh, yes. Back to back. There's the front. There's the front. Can you see that black detail? No, because it's an asymmetrical die. So that just makes it even better. Why would you want something like that? Let's say on the back here, you're going to put something else, a photograph, and you're going to write a little thing for somebody, some little special thing here in the back than on the inside. You'll get the pretty detail here, and you also get the pretty detail here. Once you put two backs together like that, I tell you, most dies, it'll start doing like this, and you're like, okay, I have to flip it to then make it work. This one, perfect. All the layers too. Here's another card from Yana's Daisies. I love this card so much. I'm loving this Kelly Green. And I have the Kelly Green on top of the black cardstock, and it's looking so pretty. Love, 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 love. What elevated this card, even though it's better press, even though it's two-dimensional, is the shape, then coming in with this added layer, and then the beautiful sentiment. It just dialed up the elegance without a lot of bulk. Actually, no bulk. Okay, and that will fit in your A2 envelope. Here it is having fun with the On the Farm. That is Perfect Touch Arches, working with this. So happy to be part of the party. And the last one, for your sympathy cards too, you can use this set. Here it is with a stamped image, but it looks so pretty. The navy helps it, but the layers, it's this detail at the bottom, that's the by far winner. And here it is with Essential Arches, okay? So this one, if you don't own it already, I've talked about it so many times, it might be time. And she did take a little price hike, okay? So get her before she goes any higher. This is absolutely worth it, though, at full price. Just saying. Up next, crafters, Mirrored Arch Labels die. This is 16 dies coming all the way in, largest dies in A2. So you can have lots of fun with many layers here. You see the big distance here, then it gets more narrow. Love that. This is a nice one to frame out Better Press. Speaking of that, when it first released, it had a Better Press set. Here it is again with Club Blooms going around Better Press. Club Blooms is a floral die that does work very well with Better Press, Glimmer, and all of that. Here it is cutting out a frame for a scene for a stamped image. Love this as well. Here it is as a shaped card with my birthday wreath add-on. I love to use it in layers too, like coming straight in, like 1, 2, 3, done. This is an A2 card. This is a masculine card with the balloons, and this is Better Press here. And it's also an easel card. Isn't that fun? Here are my party hats and the balloons, and then that sentiment from me to you. So super fun. Here it is with Justine's Farm. Here are my flowers decorating this little curve, and here are my twig dies just finishing it out. You see one curve and then the other way? Tell you, I love that. And then here are the 3 layers. The innermost layer is cutting out that Better Press image of the cow. This is one of my favorite little Christmas cards. I just think it's so cute. It does have my Builder Wreath die here, Christmas wreath add-on here. 2 days from 12 Days of Stitchmas are here, and then embossing and the 3 layers. What makes it work? The shape. I love this. So even though this has a lot of dimension, it's still a pretty fun card, and this will fit in an A2 envelope. Up next, crafters, I have a ton of cards. I might not show you everything here because it's too many cards. This is Essential Modern Ovals. This is a fantastic foundation die as well. Essential Modern Ovals is $23.99. That's on the lower range of the mid-range, okay? 3 1/4 inch wide, 5 1/2 inch tall for the largest die in here. It's a pretty little capsule that will just help you to finish your cards. Busy background, but you want to see the boots and the flowers. Use this in solid cardstock. Now your eyes go here first instead of coming out here. A lot going on, but doesn't your eye come here first and then go out here instead of just seeing this first? Love that. So this is a great one because it's not so wide. You can still have it to create that little separation between what you have here from there, but you can still get to enjoy your embossing. In here, you can use this one as a label too for your sentiments and such. Notice out here, there is that embossing folder. Notice here, same color, but it is quieted to give it space for the sunset in a glass. You saw it here cutting out that opening for my flamingo. Here it is with Donovan as a baby. So Gina was the clouds with the baby. Here is my son. And this time I did the opposite. I did busy here, quiet out here. I still think it works. Love. Here it is again with two busy embossing folders, but giving enough room to give you the highlight of what's in the middle. Fun, fun, fun. Love this. And here it is with florals. This is actually 2 layers of it. Fun, fun, fun. Fabulous die set. Winner every single time. This has a special application when you are stuck and you just want to get it going, you can use it. Okay, crafters, how many times have you seen precision layering A2 sets A and B? Precision layering is now $27.99 each. In each set, you're going to get 16 dies. Largest die in set A is an A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch. Largest die in set B is 1/8 of an inch shorter. Together, this is 32 dies. If your budget is tight, I suggest starting here and get something else in the BOGO, or maybe just get these 2 and you're done. Put this in your wish list and eventually get this one because these 2 are fantastic. Another thing with these dies, you see these larger sizes out here? I have been using this to the point that you can see paper scraps in my little bag here. You notice that these dies are not bending. Some brands, when you start to get into these larger sizes and you're pushing it, especially through your Empress, your Gemini, your Platinum 6, ones with higher pressure, oh yeah, you'll get these dies looking like this, like a nice U shape. These dies are fabulous. If it does bend, just gently bend it back and put it down. It will lay flat. It's laying flat on my magnet. This is not a magical magnet. It's a good magnet, not a magical magnet. I love this because she's also strong and she keeps her shape, because if they keep warping like that, sometimes they won't retain the rectangular shape. They'll start to morph a little bit. Come in again back to that asymmetry, okay? I love to play with this. Layering on a card. I love to play with this to straighten out better press backgrounds, glimmer backgrounds, stencil background, stencil image, better press image, glimmer image, all of them. This is the Wild Joker die set from the Jack of All Trades collection. This is a new die set. You see this image in the back? That's a better press plate. You see how perfectly straight it is? It's pressed out, and then out here is cut with one of these dies and then another layer. As a matter of fact, looking at it, I can tell you it's these 2 because of the spacing. When you go from here to here, it's a 1/4 inch. So a 1/4 inch on a card is really 1/8 of an inch on each side. The 1/8 of an inch all the way around is really 1/16 on each side, which is what you'll see here. You see the tight layers? So here I'm cutting specialty cardstock, and I have this stamped image from last month's Kit Club. And then I wanted to frame that image because this image did not go any wider. And I put this die on, picked where I wanted it to have everything look nice, wrapped my little bit of seal twine, put this on as well, and then put it on this card base. Look how clean this is. Look how clean this is. It's the die. It's certainly not me and my trimmer, I'll tell you that much. Oh, no, 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 no. And the edges would not be clean. Here it is again with 3 layers. Look how gorgeous this is with that little hint of brushed gold cardstock. Isn't that pretty? So love this Tiffany blue looking card. Love, love, love. But you see how I'm having fun by spacing it out? You can go tight, you can go wider, have fun. Here it is with a better press image that I definitely needed to straighten out. It has top, bottom, and the sides. Notice that I put the die on, picked where I wanted to be, then I came out to thin layer, thin layer. Love, 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 love. Again, another better press background. These are the tricky ones because this has a design that has to be straight. I mean, you could tilt it if you want. It's going to just look like you tilted it. But if you want your pattern, and this has a distinctive pattern that has a top and a bottom that needs to run in a direct line, one of these. This card in particular, I'm using black on the outside in set A. And then for the better press section, here I am using the largest die in set B for this piece. Then I came in with a foundation die because I didn't want to put the flowers directly on top of that. Here are 3 more cards where it's working with better press. This is a single better press plate. Pressed it here, flipped it, and then pressed it again. Same thing here. To keep this straight and keep my sanity, come on with one of these dies, framed it out. Then I kept on going all the way out to an A2. Same thing here, except I'm using the largest in B, largest in A. So you see, you can have fun with the layers, or you can go like this and make a standard A2 card. This is Vivid Blooms in all her glory. Isn't she pretty? Yes, even at full price. I bought a second set at full price. That's how much I love this die. It's just when you have two of them, then you get to run it quicker. This one now, because of the wine glasses, they do fall in a line like this. But you see how it goes up and down? Use the die. Notice how I picked where everything is. And it looks nice and straight, doesn't it? This is my little crafty assistant. And finally, you can use it. 2 layers, you just take one of this and then come on in, depending on how wide you want your frame. I tend to like a wider frame because then I can just put a 1/4 inch of foam tape here, and these are better press framed cards. When you use it as a frame, you could put a little bit of string here and then hang it up on a wall and turn it into like a home decor piece. Why not? Thumbs up. So that would be a nice gift to give somebody as well. If you love the better press or any image that you're making, it's a fantastic die set. And of course, put acetate and turn it into a shaker. If you hung in this long, thank you so much, because I'm going to talk about something I've never spoken about before because I just bought it. This is A2 Matting Basics Set A and B. I was very curious about this, and in the spring cleaning warehouse sale, I decided, okay, I'm going to get it. Do I love this? Not really, because this is just so much better. The largest die in set A is 1/8 of an inch shorter. The largest die in set B is also still shorter than that. So it's really matting layers. That's number one. I love to use the largest die in set A to cut my card bases. This is me cutting the card base in black. I don't want to use a trimmer if I'm going to use more layers in here. You see? Clean, clean, clean. That's important to me. If you're that way, precision layering is the way to go. What's also different with this one? 8 dies, 9 dies. This is, I'll put the rate here on the screen, but I think it is close to this one. What makes it different? It does have these little sentiment areas, so I don't mind it. Not my favorite, but I will put this in my crop bag, so when I'm traveling, I'll have a set ready to go, but I will know that I don't have my A2 layer here, because this is the baby right here. I love that A2 layer. I use it all the time. This I can use to help me straighten out images like I just showed you, but it's not going to give me that A2 layer, and it's certainly not going to come in as many times as both of these dies do, but you can still have a lot of fun here. So if you do have this and you're like, you know, it's nice, but you're not fascinated by it, this will help bring the fascination to why these die sets are fabulous. Just saying. Because after I have it in hand now and I started to measure it, I was like, oh, this is cool, but I already have sentiment dies like this, and there's a lot of them in Better Press, Glimmer, and all sorts of sets that I don't really need this up here. There's even some die sets with sentiments, but for the price, I'm only getting 9 and 8, and here I'm getting 16 in each. This is bang for your buck right here. So precision layering A2 sets A and B is still number 1. This is about number 3. Ooh, that sounded bad, didn't it? But it's true. It's not bad. It's not like, oh, you have to throw it away. Don't throw it away, but just know that you won't have the flexibility that I'm getting from the other one. That's the thing. I love the flexibility. Speaking of flexibility, last die I'm going to talk about. This is 5x7 Matting Basics. So this is the big brother to this one. And I have already asked Spellbinders, can you make 5x7 precision layering? I'm not sure it's going to happen, crafters, because they're like, it's going to have a high price point because it's a lot of dice. So it may not. But for those of you that love 5x7 like I do, wouldn't that be fabulous? It would be 16 of 5x7, or maybe even more, because you could come on in, maybe 18 dies each. But it's going to be a hefty die set. Then you get it on BOGO or something, right? So 5x7 Matting Basics A is 7 die sets. Same thing in B. So the largest die in set A, and it took me a while to figure this one out. 5x7 Matting Basics is now $32.99. So yes, it has a little price increase, okay? So if you have it before, thumbs up. Right now, BOGO is the best way to get this one. It's not a 5x7 for the largest die. It's 1/8 of an inch shorter. I wish this came like this, because then I could really go to the party and dance the night away. On my cards. So every time I do work with it, if I keep the card as a 5x7, I have to cut this with a trimmer. Sometimes I'll just use this one then, because it will still fit at 1/8 of an inch shorter. Nobody's going to really notice it. I can still put it in a 5x7 envelope at, 1/8 of an inch shorter, but sometimes I have to trim the background. This is also great too for making an A6 card. Here it is with 3 layers. 5x7 on the outside, cut with my trimmer, and then these 2 layers with this Better Press image. Love this. This is from the Field Notes collection. You can watch my video to see that beauty. Here it is with 2 layers, making a nice frame that you could hang up to. So I could put a little piece of string here or something and hang it up, turn it into a home decor. Once you put that frame around, doesn't it just add something to it? 2 of these, easy. Here it is, giving detail and fun to glimmer. 3 layers again, 1, 2, and then this layer, the glimmered layer. Here it is as an A2, and I said I was going to do this again, so I need to really make another card with this. When you come into these smaller layers here, it will fit on an A2 card, but it's going to fit on an A2 card like this, long and slim, kind of like Essential Modern Ovals that I just showed you with the capsule, but this time it's going to be a rectangle. But what popped out of here was used to make a second card over here. So I have 1 glimmer background. It's a 2-for-1 card. Isn't that lovely? Once I popped this out, I was like, well, I did all of that work. I might as well make another card. So you can make A2 cards with this as well. Here's another card where I cut the base and the other layer. And look, on cotton card, look how it gave this great embossed detail around it too with the cotton card. It pressed in it. It didn't lift what was glimmered there, did it, when it pressed into it? Isn't that pretty? So it gives a nice little faux detail around here that I love. So pretty. Here it is with a bunch of layers to add interest to this card. Again, a bunch of layers with this sympathy card. This is 3 layers on a 5x7 base. Same thing here. And lastly, here it is with Better Press. I do like it with glimmer and Better Press images, especially when they're large, or I just want to make a 5x7 card and have fun. Okay, crafters, that is it for the sale, but I did want to talk about 2 more things before I go. Okay, crafters, I wanted to introduce this product in this video. This is Stash Stacks. So this is the big brother to Craft Stacks. So Craft Stacks is Spellbinders crafting, sorting, and storage trays. Now, there are these beauties, which are thick acrylic storage containers. This is the 12x12. This won't fit in your calyx unit. It's a little bit wider around the rim, but let me go into a smaller size just to give you more of a feel. So there are 3 different sizes, 8.5 by 11, and I'm giving you the detail on the screen. I think this is 1 inch high, and it's sold as sets, okay? So it opens up like so. Really, really firm. Here's a pack of essential cardstock. You can store your projects in here and have fun that way. This would be great to also put in your weekender if you're working with it and doing the homework before the event. It's a nice set, and it does stack on top of each other too, just like its Craft Stash. A large Craft Stacks will fit like so. Can 2 fit in here? Nope. But it will fit 1 Craft Stacks and then papers and such, okay? And it will lock like so. This one now will fit more. This is the second size up. This is 8.5 by 11, and this is 2.25 inch high. You get more height out of this one. This is kind of cool though. It is super thick, okay? I can put in 2 stacks. Can I put in a third? Yeah, you can put in 3 Craft Stacks and carry this. This would be cool to go in your crop bag because it's so lightweight. If you get to a crop and you can't even lift your bag, this is a nice lightweight solution for things like that. Then the last one is the 12x12. So for all the scrapbookers, some of these layouts can go in here. Look at that. So you go to a crop, you make a ton of layouts, but you don't want to put them in a sleeve necessarily because then you stand up the sleeve and the edges crimple. You could put it in something like this. If you want a lightweight version of putting it in your iris container or the art bin container, because this is more soft and moldable. You can just stack this on top of everything. This being full with just paper, this is so light itself, very, very light. And you will get 2 in a pack of this one. So this is the Stash Stacks. So these are the big brothers and sisters for Craft Stacks in 3 sizes. So I'll put a link for Stash Stacks below. And finally, crafters, before I go, here is the no clog glue holder. The company sent me some more examples to show you guys. She's a local crafter who uses her 3D printer to make all these fabulousness. She has an Etsy store, C&J Artful. I'll put a link below and you can shop her store. I am not affiliated with her, so I don't get anything for this. All I got was some of these goodies. I'm going to do a separate video where it's going to be a spotlight on what she sent me, because she sent me some other things too, but I did want to bring in this one. A lot of you do watch the sales video, so you don't miss out on a fabulous little crafty assistant. How it started was I bought this one from her at Etsy, and this is their shiny silk one. It has been such a revelation. I have a few of those barely art glue holders. They don't work. The opening is like this small. So every time you put the glue in there to hold, I'm missing the target and then it's clogging up. So with this one, you take this little cradle and you put it in like so. You see how it's open-ended, and you see how I'm not even going in straight there. I'm going in at an angle. This is real crafting. You never come in exactly in the same spot. So the one at Barely Art Glue, which is cute, is a little circle that you have to hit this silicone every time. See how big hers is? So I can put it in like so. I can come in like so. And it's all good. Low price point too. I went away and I took the Barely Art Glue one, and I should have just taken this one. I was regretting it the whole time because the glue kept on sticking, clogging. This is not a great version either. This I've had for many years. See, there's no silicone here. Your glue will dry up in 2.2 seconds, and then you're gonna have to run hot water here to loosen it up and all that drama. I have not had that problem with this. The most I've had with this, I have taken the pin out, left it overnight like this. Next day I come, I see a little pool on it. I pull it off, stick this in there 2 times, and she's ready to go again. Because sometimes, you know, you forget to pick it up, but she'll just rest in here. Your little glue bottle will be happy in here. I needed a second one after my trip where I didn't have it on me. And then I ordered it, and then she contacted me. Since then, we have been chit-chatting. I said, you know, it would be nice to see what your matte ones look like. And look what she sent me to show you guys. Yellow. Blue. Isn't it cute? And it stands up on your desk well too. Pink. I will put a link for this below. The teal and the purple. She has other colors as well. Okay, crafters? So this is fantastic. So if you have a big bottle, like let's say PVA, it will still fit in here. So for those of you that do mixed media and all the other fun things, look how it holds. I still have some art glitter glue. It'll fit in here. If you have this type of glue, crafty tacky glue, just take this off. Still fits in here, okay? These bigger bottles, small bottles, medium bottles, they will all fit here because she made this generous enough here. And down here is where the magic is, because she gave you a nice landing pad. So when you put it in there, yes, if you throw it in there, it'll fall out. Just pick it up back and put it in here. It's not that much of a miracle worker, but it's a good miracle worker. And I love it so much. I told you guys about it. A few of you already went and bought it. But if you are new to crafting, get one for yourself or get 2. If you go to a lot of crafty events and you like to work and then you start chit-chatting and then 3 hours pass by, this is your best friend too. Okay? Here is the Barely Art that I took to Arizona with me. And I wanted to just hurl with it. That's the target I have to hit every time. If you look in here, let me see if I can tilt it. You see all that mess? You see all this mess down here? That's every time that I missed it. And this has a much higher price point, in the 20s. If they left this as a big wide circle, it would work. What they did at Barely Art, which I love their glue, is that it's made to hold the holder. This one is actually more flexible because it holds your big bottles too. This is really made for Barely Art glue. But that target, I kept having to unclog my bottle during the event because I would hit this part instead of in here every time. This was what I took with me on my last trip to Orlando when I was like, oh, I want to kill this thing. But I keep it to show you guys because I came back and I bought a second one. And that's when we made contact with each other. And then I realized she lives in Florida. So you can support her small business. And look at these pretty colors, crafters. I'm going to put a link for her company. Then I'll put a link for these shiny ones. And you can pick the colors. You just click and then you pick which color you want. And she'll have a whole list and pictures. But it's nice to see them like this, even though it's getting darker and darker. I'll tell you right now, I love the pink and the turquoise. And I like the matte. I mean, I love this in the white, but I really like the matte ones. These are super pretty. And see the back? See how she put enough back and ergonomic that it does take it, even though you kind of throw it on. Sometimes I'll come in at an angle and it'll flip out. I just pick it up back and land it in. Now, what do I do with my pin? Because you can lose this pin, I have a bunch of these. My habit is I always keep one close to me. This is just for office use. And then I put this in there. That's where I keep my pin all the time for this. I take it out and then the whole crafting session, she sits in here. That's reality right here. But the one I'm using where I actually do crafting has a lot of tchotchkes in here. But I leave a little space just to drop this in here. That's how I work with it, with this little thing. I don't know what it's called though. Organizer or something, silicone organizer. This is fun. I have about 6 of these. So I have one in here just to hold pens. This is a great crafty assistant too, if you need one of those. That's where I put the pin for this and then work a whole session. 8 hours I can craft for. It sits like this and it's fine. The other one, trouble. And I don't want to have to keep pausing to put it in properly and then work with it. So these are by far winners. You can support her company knowing you're going to get a fantastic crafty assistant. And look at all the pretty colors. If you love your yellow and you have a beehive craft room, this is fun. Or like me, I did not want to buy the second one to take on a trip with me in white. I didn't want to leave it in the hotel room. So I would use something brighter where I can see it all the time, because you know, lighting in a hotel, not the world's greatest. So I just wanted to show you that there is some new colors, and if you're seeing this for the first time, it is fantastic. If you love your wet glue, no matter the size, it works. Yay. Alrighty, crafters, thanks so much for watching. Let me go over the tips with this sale. Don't forget, if you're going to shop high ticket, keep it by itself. Mid-range, keep it by itself. Low range, you can skip it or keep it by itself. So that will be checking out twice. If you're only going to get 2 items, get it in the same range. Don't cheat yourself. Count your cart before you check out. Make sure you have an even number. Check your Spellbinders rewards. Rewards equals cash. Whatever BOGO goodies you're going to get, and you'll be a happy crafter. Shop the sale strategically. Don't get 2 large ticket items and 2 mid-range, and then you're paying $80. That makes no sense. Get your $80 worth. Just have fun looking at the sale. And crafters, take a few little notes of all the goodies. Check your wish list. Just enjoy this fun sale. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video. Stay crafty, my friends. Have fun with the BOGO sale and check out all those new in sale. Get that Winnie the Pooh goodness. Yay. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.